Hey everyone, it's Calvin again, and this is my second episode in this series. In this episode, we meet a new playable character in Alexandria. We're going to be, um, this is going to be relatively long, but covering a very short segment of the game if you just rush on. I try to find all the little things if you're interested in that. The trick is, if you don't remember where everything is basically run around the edges of the game. You'll see the exclamation mark over your head, and that will tell you there is something there that you need to get. And there's one random side quest for um, a playable card, but if you don't like the card game, it's not. Don't waste your time. It's not that even that good of a card. I'm just going to show you how to get it. The gil isn't very much, but anything free is worth it, I would think. Meet Rat Kid. He makes you his slave in a little bit. Spoiler alert, I guess. Like I said, just follow the edges of the game. You'll find stuff throughout, and this is a good way to meet some of the characters. You sort of see people from different areas of the map. That's Terreno. It's a very rich city slash slum, because one part of the city is very nice, the other part not so much. Yeah, this is a bar. You should remember where this is, because another character that is, I wouldn't call him important, but he's a mini quest, which I hardly ever complete. His name is Alleyway Jack. He'll tell you his real name if you collect so many rare cards or something stupid like that. But as you can see, I'm following the edges of the map. Meet some characters. He tells you where to go if you're lost. There's a ticket booth because you're here for a show. Can't remember what it's called, but it's not really important. If you need anything, or you think you need anything, this is the place to buy it. But for the beginning, you don't really need it, or you shouldn't. I can't remember what Gil, I think. Yeah. So this movie has a lot of extras in it. So yeah, I just continue around the edges. Yeah, I might as well spoil it anyway. Character's name is Vivi, one of my favorite characters in the game. Overly innocent, doesn't really know what's going on in the world, but easily one of the best characters to use in battles, because he can combine with another character to make very powerful attacks. I'm not really sure the point of this cutscene, but oh well. I guess it's just showing that Vivi doesn't really understand anything that's going on. But yeah, I don't think I found anything in the hotel, so if you want to skip this, you're more than happy. You can skip it. I don't think I found anything. Later in the game, you'll want to come to the hotel, and there's a collectible of some sort. I can't remember what. And then you see the three little girls. I didn't get into this game because I suck at the jump rope. But for people that are better at it, or if you want to try it, there's a mini game. You can get a ton of collectibles if you're very good at it. Usually cards for Vivi, and that's about it. I don't think there's any real usable items. And here's the next part. This is something you have to do along with the ticket booth. You had to do in order to move on. You could skip everything else to this point besides the ticket booth in this. But here comes the rat kid, and you two are gonna engage in some thievery. I think the third option was asking him if he's Alleyway Jack, which he's not. I don't think there's any little things you get if you continuously say the coast isn't clear. I think it just is annoying. Alright, this one's tricky. If you don't do it right, he will steal things from you. So you gotta click as soon as you see that exclamation mark. And this is Alleyway Jack if you haven't read it already. I already know really the rule or the basics of this game, so I just quickly went through everything. And at the end of this, you're gonna play Alleyway Jack in a card game. He doesn't. If you go back to him, he's gonna be very hard. This game, however, your first game with Alleyway Jack is not very hard. They don't want you to fall behind right away, so they make this game relatively easy. In this game, I start first, which I hate. If I could pick which one which turn I got, I'd always pick second. Just going second, you're much better off than going first. First, you're always reacting to what happened after you made your first move. I guess the best way to do it is try to put your card in the position where it can be attacked the least amount of ways. And for this card, that was the best spot. I couldn't do much there. Just, and really, like I said, going first sucks. I had to make some really hard choices, and luckily I managed to win this game. Very luckily, I would have to say, because if he had a card that faced down, I would have lost. There would have been no winning. But aside the fact that I won my first card game, not terribly difficult first game, but as you go along in the story, the games will get increasingly harder for the most part. People get better cards, stuff like that. Your cards are supposed to level up. I don't really know how that works. I never really investigated it much. But anyway, so if you do that cutscene, you're gonna go all the way back to the bar with Alleyway Jack. A lot of this from here on out is, I wouldn't say it's worth it. It adds to the game. The eye drops aren't bad because you will need those for the next, not really the next boss, but the boss after that, which is coming up relatively quickly. You face, I wouldn't even call the next guy that you face in the castle a boss. Yeah, they're still trying to introduce you to the game. So let's say the first actual boss that you're going to face, you will need those eye drops. not really much going on here. This kid's looking for his cat, and you're going to help him if you want to. It's really not worth, well, if you like the card game, I guess you get a card for it, the bomb card, just in case you were wondering. I do it in this movie just because I'm trying to be thorough for everybody. If they want, they want to see what's going, the little extra things. I got confused. I wasn't thinking, and then I remembered where the cat was. So basically, you can, a lot of these these little side quests there, you get a hint of where it is. Like in the first scene on your way down, you see the cat running downwards, and this is the last place the cat can go, so that's where he is. Not very tricky, but I also forgot about this area. And I think I pick up a couple extra things, but not very much. Just a zombie card and a potion, if I remember correctly. And that is it for this area. So, the Lizard Man card. Yeah, like I said, just follow the edge. You're gonna always find something on the edge. And I mean, free is free. You don't want to spend any more money than you have to on potions, Phoenix Downs, stuff like that. You want it for upgrading your weapons from town to town. So free stuff is good in this game. You really don't want to spend any money you don't have to spend on things. Accidentally purchasing the same weapon twice. Big killer, because when you try to sell it back, you're only going to get half of it. Well, half of what you paid. And yeah, like I said, you get the bomb card. Alright. And the next part of this game, you're going to meet the save points, which are a bunch of little, I would describe them as teddy bears with a puffball on their head. And they are called the Moguls, and their famous word is Kupo. These are your save points. They have a nifty little side quest. Some Muggles or Muggles will have mail for you to deliver to a different Muggle, and they're all talking about how the mail system isn't working right. And even Slitch, I don't know how to say his name, brings it up that the mail isn't working right. No, Kupo Man. Oh, jeez. Kupo Man brings it up that the mail system isn't working right, and it'll ask you for a favor, which I forgot to do the first time I saved. You see the little magnet option. I say, yeah, I'll help him. And he's going to give you a letter delivered to Monty, which I will bring up later. But thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, and comment.